Hey y'all, and thanks for tuning in to the Kickin with Kris podcast, where we'll talk about various different topics. And of course, today is What's Going On Wednesday, and we're going to be talking about some popular conversations or controversial topics going on or circling around social media right now. So grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's kick it. So today's topic is going to be concerning whether or not celebrities can really have the freedom to say what it is that they want to say. And it's kind of hard to really dive into this topic, but I think it's an interesting perspective coming from a person that's not famous like whatsoever. And I feel like this would be a very interesting topic, so let's jump right into it. Okay. I've been seeing a lot of things on social media, on the Shade Room, about people who don't want to face the backlash of the things that they say, or people who just have to face the backlash of the things that they say. And I'm going to give a couple examples. There was a girl, her name was Queen Kema or Queen Kema, and I'm sure she does other things, but she's known for being the mother of King Von's son. She made a post about scholarships, and she made a post basically saying that scholarships are out there. You have to find them. You have to do your research. Don't give up. She applied for 100. She got 2. She doesn't want to hear people say that they have student loans and they didn't try to find a scholarship. And I thought this was a very interesting thing to say and a very interesting response that she got. And I have to say that I do agree with her. Because I think that people take what she said and put it into their own context based on their personal experience. And whether or not they can be avoided is another conversation. But I think it is important to discuss the fact that what she said was what she said and not what you interpreted it to be. So what she said was she didn't want to hear people complain about having student loans if they did not make the effort to find scholarships. Not that student loans didn't exist or all student loans are avoidable or, anything like that. Listen, I've gone to 3 different institutions, okay? And they're all very, very, very different from each other. For my undergrad, I went to a PWI, a medium-sized PWI that was a private school. And then I transferred to a very, very small public university that was diverse. Night and day. It was night and day. And then for my graduate school, I went to pretty much the biggest school. I want to say it's the biggest school in the city. I'll just say it like that. It's the biggest school in the city. A bunch of students, extremely diverse, in the heart of the city, basically. So I've had a few different experiences, and I know enough to say that there are programs and there are scholarships out there. But I also won't negate the fact that those are not available to everyone. Those are not available to everyone. Not everyone's going to be able to find a scholarship or be able to find a program, or it might not be suitable for them, or they don't get approved for it, or whatever the case may be. And if you plan to go to college anyway, you should have some sort of plan on how you plan on funding it. And you create this plan by doing your research. So I have to say that overall, I do agree with her. And I don't think she really has to go the extra mile to say that there are some people who because that's not her experience, and that's not what she was saying as it relates to her experience. People were saying that she was tone deaf and insensitive, and that's why I asked the question of, once you get to a certain level or once a certain amount of people know you, are you really able to say what it is that you want to say? Why is that? I really sit here and I wonder, maybe it's because of representation, maybe, where she's from or her demographics, people can relate to that. And so once she says something that kind of breaks that up, where you can no longer see yourself in her, is that where it gets, is that where the backlash comes from? I don't know. But anywho, there's also that situation with Fletcher. If you don't know who Fletcher is, she's known for being the rapper G Herbo's first girlfriend. Not first girlfriend, but his first baby mother, and they were together for a while. And everybody just loves her outgoing personality and she's like super relatable and stuff, and she seems like a very fun girl, and she has a large following. And I think she had a couple businesses too. I think she was selling hair or lashes. I don't quote me on that. I'm probably wrong, but I think she was selling something. I don't remember what it was. She, she's very well liked. She was all over social media for a podcast that she did with one of her friends, or a girl that she knew, and she was basically saying that she had grown in her relationship with Moneybag. They've gotten better with their communication. And she was saying the things that she used to do, and she realized that she was toxic. Like, she had toxic ways, and her toxicity, like, she was kind of oblivious to that. Or maybe she didn't want to see it, or whatever the case was. I didn't watch the full podcast, I will say that, but I did watch the snippet from the Shade Room and her response to it and other people's responses to what she had said. And in the clip that the Shade Room posted, it was a clip of her saying that she basically, like, she recognized her toxic ways, and she, like, when she left, she wanted Moneybag to, like, pull out his gun and say, hey, get your butt back here, whatever. And a lot of people had a problem with that. It definitely created an uproar. And Ari's response, two people responding to her was that, like, oh, nobody cares. Nobody should care, like, mind your business. Nobody cares. If that's what you want to do, nobody cares. If you don't want to do that, then who cares? Like, why do people have something to say? And once again, I asked the question, are famous people really allowed to speak their mind? Like, and here's the issue that I have with famous people. It's okay to be famous when you're profiting off of it. But then when people have a response to something that you said because you're in the limelight, then it's like, oh, why can't y'all mind your business? But you want them to mind your business when it's giving you business. This is not directed at either of them, but I'm just saying that it's a lot of times that people want to pick and choose when they want to be famous. Like, Beyonce and Rihanna, they get criticized for everything that they do. So it's like, why do you think that your experience being famous should be different? People are going to comment what they see in social media and what they see on social media, what they see in the media in general, what they see in the news, blase, whatever. So I feel like people want to pick and choose when they want to be famous, and you don't have to respond to every uproar. Like, if you say something and people have a negative response to it, or people want to question you, you don't have to say anything. You don't. You really don't. But I think that when it really irritates me when famous people tell other people to mind their business, because it was fine when they was minding yours and you was getting money off of it. I don't know. That just bothers me. And I don't think that that's fair. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this topic or about these topics. And do y'all think that famous people can say whatever they want to say? Do you think that there's limits to the things that they say? I don't know. I'm curious to know. So let me know what y'all think, and give me a like, a comment, follow, subscribe. I don't know. I'm new to this, so whatever. However you choose to stay engaged with this podcast and with these videos, do that. Okay. So the next video will be uploaded on Friday, 7 p.m. And we'll be talking about feels. It's Feels Friday. So maybe we'll do like a little color change here, because right now we got like a red vibe going. So maybe we might do blue. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the podcast. Let me know what y'all think, for real. Like, what do y'all think about celebrities and the backlash that they get for saying like their opinions on stuff? Should people care? Should people not care? Should people mind their business? Like, what do y'all think? So, see y'all.